the Prince of Wales, Prince Charles, has made a clear reference to slavery as an act that left an indelible stain on world history. Speaking at a public lecture in Accra, the heir apparent to the British throne admitted Britain bears a responsibility for the horrors that characterized African-European relations in the pre-colonial period. This was perhaps the Prince's maiden and open pronunciation on slavery.
The public lecture by the Prince of Wales, Prince Charles, as part of his 4-day tour of Ghana, touched on a number of issues including slavery, the First and Second World Wars, climate change and Commonwealth ties with member states. The Prince, who is immediate heir to the British throne, indicated that while Ghana and Britain enjoyed a shared opportunity, the two nations cannot forget their past, which involves tragedy, loss and injustice.
At Ozu Castle on Saturday, it was especially important to me, as indeed it was on my first visit there 41 years ago, that I should acknowledge the most painful chapter of Ghana's relations with the nations of Europe, including the United Kingdom. The appalling atrocity of the slave trade and the unimaginable suffering it caused left an indelible stain on the history of our world. While Britain can be proud that it later led the way in the abolition of this shameful trade, we have a shared responsibility to ensure that the abject horror of slavery is never forgotten, that we abhor the existence of modern slavery and human trafficking, and that we robustly promote and defend the values which today make it incomprehensible to most of us that human beings could ever treat each other with such utter inhumanity.
He recounted sacrifices made by Ghana in the First and Second World Wars.
In the First World War alone, a staggering 200,000 soldiers from West Africa supported the Allied effort, and 30,000 of them lost their lives. During the Second World War, some 65,000 Ghanaians served in the Royal West African Frontier Force in operational theaters stretching from East Africa to modern-day Burma.
He praised Ghana for her contribution to peace and security across the globe and the thriving democracy that has earned her an enviable image, not forgetting Ghana's influential role in the Commonwealth.
Ghana continues to play an influential role. At the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in London in April, during which I had the great pleasure of sitting next to you, Mr. President, at the Queen's banquet, Ghana lent its voice to commitments, among other things, on education, gender equality, clean oceans, cybersecurity, and more. I know, Mr. President, that you share my determination that the Commonwealth should strive for renewed relevance in the lives of its citizens and should draw upon its unparalleled networks of professional expertise to offer practical solutions to some of the most pressing challenges of our time.
He called Ghana a worthy partner in economic empowerment for the peoples of both Ghana and Britain. The public lecture was attended by President Akufo-Addo as well as former presidents Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, John Ejekum Kufuor, and John Dramani Mahama.